6 Sports.
The historic week for Tom Izzo continued in Springfield, Massachusetts today, and this time tomorrow, the MSU basketball coach, along with 9 other new inductees, will be Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Famers, and Izzo hasn't stopped smiling yet. Fred Human is in Springfield and has more on the coach's whirlwind week.
Tom Izzo's family beginning to trickle into town here in Springfield. His wife Lupe was at a press conference Thursday. Mark D'Antonio, Mark Hollis, Steve Mariucci, among others, come in on Friday. And Tom Izzo's Dream Hall of Fame week motors on. It's kind of weird that you're in a Hall of Fame when you're still coaching, isn't it?
Well, that is one of the thrilling parts about this to me. Somebody brought it up to me yesterday that I think there's 6 active guys. I think Popovich is in the Hall and he's still coaching. I don't know of anyone else in pro ball that is. That does make it unique. You know, in 21 years, it kind of shows that we've accomplished enough to get recognized. I think that's great for me, but I think it's great for our program, my assistant coaches, players, and all those Spartan fans that help us with the 53-game winning streak. When you win 53 straight home games, maybe that started it, you know? And so fans should take part. They should all get a ring.
He told me about the phone call he got about this a week or so after the season ended. Was he at home then?
No, he wasn't, because I got a call right after he got the call.
From him?
Yeah, from him, and he told me that he had gotten a call from the Hall of Fame and that he was on the short list. And a little while later, he called and told me he made it. It was really emotional for both of us when he got that call. I'm really proud of him.
He is the ambassador to basketball. He is our icon. He represents Michigan State to the world. He's our human Sparty. He's just, and he's such a good ambassador. He's a wonderful guy.
Has the enormity of this hit you yet, or you think it will hit you later?
You know, I don't think it has. I sit here to you, I feel like I'm walking around in a cloud this last day or so, and even this morning I went for a jog and I just kind of, I catch my eyes going all over, like, you know, what's going to happen? And this is it. Like, they asked me yesterday, will you wear the ring? And I said, you know, I've never worn many of my championship rings because I want that class of guys to know that we're still searching for a ring. You know, I don't want them to think I'm satisfied with the one I got on. But this, there is no another Hall of Fame, you know, this is it. And I still don't know if I'd wear it much, but I'm going to look at it a lot more.
Izzo will have a whole lifetime to stare at that ring now, and at this time tomorrow, he'll be a Naismith Basketball Hall of Famer. We'll be there until the last smile is wiped off his face. Here for you in Springfield, Massachusetts, Fred Human, 6 Sports.
It's an emotional time for Tom Izzo as he prepares for tonight's induction into the Basketball Hall of Fame. And as our Fred Human reports, it's a time for family, both those present and those not.
The proceedings for Tom Izzo and his induction class tonight will take place not at the Naismith Hall of Fame, but at Symphony Hall behind me in downtown Springfield. Yes, thousands of Izzo fans were thrilled with the news last spring, but none were touched more than his family.
This is something that never really thought about, you know. We'd always wanted to know to win games or to win tournaments, but to be honored at such a high level, it's humbling. I think that's what the word is, humbling.
Your mother's coming in?
Yeah, my mother and my sisters and their kids.
And there's a guy upstairs looking down named Carl Izzo saying, Tommy, it's okay you didn't sew buttons on coats and fix shoes, right?
Take off heels, fix soles, yeah, all the good things that he kind of wanted me to do. But you know what was neat, Fred? He gave me the opportunity to make my own decision on what I wanted to do. And even though I'm sure he was disappointed I didn't take over the family business, my mother was disappointed that I didn't become the school teacher that she kind of wanted me to be. But with their guidance and help, I chose my path, and today that gets recognized.
You wish like heck he could be here, don't you?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that'll be the hardest part, you know, when I called my mother, when I told her that I got in. You know, the first thing she said was, I wish your dad could be here.
Tom's whole family, including his mother, Dorothy, will be here for the proceedings tonight. They're in town. And, of course, Carl Izzo will be here, too, in spirit. In Springfield, Massachusetts, Fred Human, 6 Sports.
Yes, he will. You have a special way telling stories, Fred. Thank you.
This is 6 Sports.
Today is a day that MSU basketball fans have been anticipating for months. Tom Izzo going to be inducted into the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame tonight. 6 Sports director Fred Human sat down with the coach as they discussed the long-lasting impact that former MSU coach Judd Heathcote left on his one-time assistant.
They're setting up outside Symphony Hall in downtown Springfield, where the induction ceremony will take place tonight. Tom Izzo in a class of 10 going into the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame. It's been a wild week for Izzo, an emotional ride. He's been pinching himself. And this evening, the emotions get stronger and the pinch gets just a little harder. In your thank yous, I'm sure Judd's at the top of the list. He has a big segment of this, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. I mean, no, I'm not sure anybody has a big segment because it's really confined speech. Other than my parents and family, I mean, he's had definitely the most influence. You know, I'd say him and Mariucci are right there with me, and I wouldn't have the job if not for him. When he called me 2 days ago before I left, and you know, in his own way, as you know Judd pretty well, Fred, he talked to me and wanted to wish me luck and everything, and I'm still kind of humbly embarrassed when I'm talking to him, because I think, you know, there's so many guys that I think should be in here before me, but at the end he said he was proud of me, and I know that sounds crazy.
Wow.
That is a wow. That is a wow, and it was appreciated by me. More than you'll ever know.
I was in the hotel lobby last night where all the inductees are staying, and Tom Izzo was there, and I was close by, and Alan Iverson, a fellow inductee, walks up to him, Tom and his wife, and he starts telling Lupe Izzo how her husband is the man. He's heard so much about Tom Izzo, never played for him, but all the guys in the NBA have told him what a great coach he is. Izzo was very flattered. And tonight, the man goes into the Naismith Hall of Fame. In Springfield, Massachusetts, Fred Human, 6 Sports.
Shaq, Allen Iverson, and Tom Izzo. What a trio. But
the red carpet treatment for Tom Izzo and all of the Hall of Fame inductees tonight outside Symphony Hall here in Springfield. And as much as this induction means to Tom Izzo, it means every bit as much to those people whose lives he touched who are here to witness it.
This is the cherry on the top. How many programs can have somebody follow a legend and then take what the legend did in Judd Heathcote and take it to another level? And part of it is Judd, and part of it is his own spin, and you mix all of it together, you get the Hall of Fame coach and Tom Izzo.
Tom's made such a huge impact on our lives. It's a well-deserved honor, but with all the success he's had as a coach, it's what he's done as a mentor and as a person that's really gives him the Hall of Fame nod.
What kind of a night is this for Michigan State?
Oh, I think it's an honor to be here tonight. You know, Tom Izzo, what a great guy he's been as a mentor, basically, and as a friend. But the success he's had here at Michigan State is certainly unparalleled. So to be honored with all these other people is a tremendous achievement.
And I always say this about him: it's like, whatever you think about him as a basketball coach, he's a better person. And you know, all these people that come out tonight to support him and appreciate him, it's well deserved.
Tom Izzo, now officially a Hall of Famer, and a very humbled man indeed. In Springfield, Massachusetts, Fred Human, 6 Sports.
State football off, of course, today, but the big event this weekend was Tom Izzo being inducted into the Naismith Hall of Fame last night. Now for more, I turn it over to Uncle Fred, who is in Springfield.
Tom Izzo's speech, by my clock, lasted 14 minutes and 47 seconds. In it, he thanked those who shaped who he is. And who he is a Hall of Fame coach and a Hall of Fame person. Your old roomie is doing all right, isn't he?
He is doing all right, and it's quite an honor to be here. One, as an athletic director, to have an inductee, but for me, probably more so going back to the early 80s and having my friend, my old roommate, have an honor like this. It's quite remarkable.
He's a national brand, and I would really be missed if we weren't all here supporting him.
You wouldn't have missed this, would you?
Not a chance. Not a chance. Got up at 4-something in the morning to get here.
Steve Mariucci has been my best friend since high school. Thanks for being with me all those Final Fours, and thanks for the help in those late night film sessions. Although last year, you sucked.
Yeah, I just knew something back then that this guy's really special, you know, in some way. You never really know where it'll end, but, you know, I'm really proud of him. His whole life has been dedicated to sport.
Isaiah Thomas said to me at the end, you know,
welcome to the family, you know, and sort of Alonzo Mourning, you know, and some guys say that, and it's like their own little separate fraternity, you know, and I'm humbled by it, but I'm also excited to be part of that fraternity because I think there's a lot of good guys in it.
It's a lifetime membership.
It is a lifetime membership, that's right. And once you get in, nobody can take that away from you, you know. It doesn't matter what happens. It's one that stays with you.
Tom Izzo's whirlwind week draws to a close here in Springfield, Massachusetts. And to borrow a term he often uses, he has placed another footprint firmly in the sand. It's Fred Human, 6 Sports.
Thanks, Fred, and congrats again to Tom Izzo. Welcome back. This weekend was a moment MSU basketball fans have been waiting for a long time as Tom Izzo was enshrined in the Naismith Hall of Fame Friday night. For a final wrap-up of the weekend, we sent it out to 6 Sports Director Fred Human in Springfield.
Tom Izzo called this evening in Springfield, Massachusetts, the greatest honor of his life, and an honor he vows now he's motivated to live up to for the rest of his coaching career. And those who came to witness it and share in his glory came away with an appreciation of what got him to this coveted place. What were you thinking of as he was speaking, Draymond?
Number one, when was he going to cry? And she didn't. I'm surprised.
He didn't.
But, I mean, just thinking about all the hard work, you know, that I've been able to witness him put in. And it's no shocker that it happened. You know, it's no secret to how it happened. You know, that guy works harder than anybody I know. To see him rewarded like that, like the Hall of Fame, it doesn't get any bigger than that.
From 1976, when I started following Greg Kelser, to now, there's only been 2 coaches that I know at Michigan State basketball. And how many programs can say that? And how many programs can have somebody follow a legend and then take what the legend did in Judd Heathcote and take it to another level? And part of it is Judd, and part of it is his own spin. And you mix all of it together, you get the Hall of Fame coach in Tom Izzo.
Tonight, other than the birth of my children, is the proudest and greatest achievement of my life. I've always been a dreamer. And I tell my players to dream big, but I never, and I mean never, allowed myself to dream of this humbling honor.
I never knew Tom Izzo. I know he's a great coach. We've been having a conversation. He said he's interested in my son. And as a proud father, can't wait to have that conversation. Man, I definitely know his resume, know who he is, know he's compassionate about his kids and the way they play.
I have great respect for him, not only as a coach, but as a man, as a person, as a family guy. He's a real credit to the game.
That's the uniqueness of Tom, is his focus and his attention on things that maybe the rest of us weren't paying attention to. That's what gets you in the Hall of Fame.
Basketball can be humbling. It's taught me to laugh, to celebrate in victory, but it's also taught me how to cry and handle defeat with class. It's taught me how to overcome adversity and how to get up after getting knocked down.
What's next for Tom Izzo? Well, it's a big recruiting season, so he goes back to work. And pounding the pavement is exactly what got Tom Izzo into this Hall of Fame. In Springfield, Massachusetts, Fred Human, 6 Sports.